Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. It has been a while for a tag video, and I've been talking about how I'm behind on tags. I've enjoyed the break, to be honest with you. I have. And I feel hypocritical saying that because, Logan had the whole series, Toll Tags. I tagged so many people, and him especially, so many times. So, yeah, I like tags though, and I like ones that make you think, and this is definitely one of them. And I was tagged by a number of people. So the tag is a reader's favorite song tag, and people are encouraged to do as many songs as they want. I know I was originally tagged by Bob at Robert G. Reader Books. He did 12 songs, I believe. And then I was also tagged by Stuart at Stuart Griffin, Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and I believe Joe at Joe's Book and Movie Corner. So I think I've been tagged 4 times. Greg at Another Bibliophile is the creator of the tag, so I will list everyone's videos below so you can check them out if you haven't. I think their takes are really interesting. The prompt is really just kind of a big, long, open-ended prompt, which is really cool too because it gives you a lot of freedom. The prompt says, people read, but they often listen to music as well. Do readers' choices in music reflect their preferences in reading? That's the real question. As a reader, what songs interest you? Let the viewers, you all, decide whether my musical tastes match my reading tastes. Name a few of your favorite songs. There's no need to put them in any specific order. There's no minimum, no maximum, number of songs required. People tend to resist things that are bound by a specific number. And yeah, that was interesting because I know Bob did 12. I'm going to do 25. I've seen other people do more and less. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to talk about that as well. Don't overanalyze your song choice. Brief comment will be sufficient. And Greg went on to say in his original prompt, I'm saying songs, but interpret that broadly. There may be kinds of music that might not fit in the strict definition of a song. Go with whatever feels right for you, which I like that caveat. Bob and Greg had some interesting choices. Both of them like classical, jazz, and some rock, and I thought it was great. But yeah, let's dive right in. Here is a list of my favorite songs. Comment below if you think this matches my reading taste based on what you know of me. I went with a couple things. No rap on the list, no classical, and no jazz was mentioned. I don't like country. I'm just going to throw it out there. My musical tastes are pretty much broad. I just don't like country. Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to say is many of the bands showcased in my list based on that specific song, I could have done my own list just on that band, and there's a bunch of them here. Yeah. And if you know me, I grew up, as a young teenager during, the alternative and, late 80s alternative rock in the 90s. So yeah, just forewarning. So let's roll through these. My first one is Nutshell by Alice in Chains, one of my favorite Alice in Chains songs. It's incredible. I definitely like the live version, MTV live version, the best. But yeah, I could say that for a number of songs on here as well. Second is Penny Lane by the Beatles. A great song. I think Tessa was very, very young when there was a cartoon that was based on the Beatles. I can't remember the name, but it was all like Beatles songs. Penny Lane was one of them. I thought it was really interesting. 3 is We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. Really good song. I mean, come on. It just really catchy. 4th is Holocene by Bon Iver, one of my favorite songs from him. He is definitely one, along with many others. I could list a ton of different songs. 5 is Glycerine by Bush. That is from their album 16 Stone, which came out when my time in high school. And that album is one of those albums that every song on there is phenomenal. I think there's only one song that was just kind of mid for me. Every other song, you just listen to the whole album. It's just incredible. 6 is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Yeah, I mean, it's just catchy. It was a big influence in my life. I love it. 7 is Run by Collective Soul. I think Collective Soul is underrated as a band, so take that for what it's worth. Number 8 is Take It Easy by the Eagles. Yes, I do like some old school rock, and I like the Eagles. I have the Eagles' greatest hits, and I listen to it all the time, especially when I'm working and I working on something on a spreadsheet and I just want some music in the background, Eagles is perfect. Number 9 is Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. Again, there's some catchy rock tunes that were coming into my early years as a child that were really, really good, and I have to give them credit. Yeah, they're really, really good. Fleetwood Mac has a ton of great songs. You can't go wrong there. Number 10 is My Hero by the Foo Fighters. Yes, I like the Foo Fighters. Definitely like Dave Grohl. I like his voice. I like their music. It is really, really good. Number 11 is Houdini by Foster the People. It's a really catchy song. Gets you in the mood to do anything. I really, really like it. Number 12 is November Rain by Guns N' Roses. One of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. And just as an aside, I remember watching this video. Like, it always seemed to be on back in the days when I was growing up and MTV actually played music videos all the time. I would always just watch TV, especially late at night, hoping to catch this song when it was very popular. Number 13 is Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. Definitely and a very iconic song that I remember in my high school years. Number 14 is Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, one of my favorite Metallica songs. Could have gone with Enter Sandman, Fade to Black, many others. Yeah, there's just so many good ones. But yeah, Nothing Else Matters is really, really good. I like it. Number 15 is Thriller by Michael Jackson, the king of pop. I mean, come on. I'll have to be honest with you. That video, when it first came out, that music video, was a little creepy. It was a little creepy, especially watching that late at night. But yeah. Number 16 is I Will Wait by Mumford & Sons. Yes, I like Mumford & Sons. I think their songs have great percussion. I like the banjo. I think they build very, very well, and it just gets you going, especially when you're working out and such. They all kind of really just build to something great, and I like Mumford & Sons. Number 17, and yeah, I had to have this on here. And its placement means nothing, by the way, but Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. I could do my own list of my top 10, my top 10 underrated songs by Nirvana, my top 10 songs by Nirvana, along with many other bands on here. But Nirvana is probably one of my favorite bands of all time. But yeah, Smells Like Teen Spirit is one of the most iconic songs from them. But there is a ton of underrated Nirvana songs. I have every album on my iPhone because, yeah, I love Nirvana. Number 18 is Black by Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's another one I could go on and have my own list for. Black, especially the acoustic version on MTV Live. Those MTV Live editions of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains are just incredible. Yeah. I mean, just the lead singers of, Kurt Cobain, Eddie Vedder, Lane Staley, their voices are just very iconic, and yeah, they're great bands. Number 19, kind of a throwback to before my time, or my younger years, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs. I really like that whimsical style that they have, very, very cool. Number 20, and he had to be on the list, arguably one of my favorite guitarists of all time, but Purple Rain by Prince. Yes, it's a great song. It really is. I could have put some others, but I like Purple Rain. Prince is an underrated guitarist, man. I mean, incredible. He gone before his time, for sure. Number 21 is All I Need by Radiohead. I've been getting Carly into Radiohead, and here's a little funny aside. So last Saturday we were out hiking, and she wanted to grab, and we got done. It was around 10-ish, 10:15, and she wanted breakfast, and so we went to a diner, and I was in her town where she lives, and we were at a stoplight. She was behind me, and I could hear her singing and her music blasting, and it was All I Need by Radiohead, which I thought was really funny. I really switched her on some of the music taste. She's starting to like some of the music that I had tried to get her to listen to in her younger years, and now she's realizing now I was right. But yeah, All I Need is a fantastic Radiohead song. I have a playlist of Radiohead songs that I like. There's a ton of them. And if you go on TikTok, there's all kinds of lists out there. Number 22 is Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, another band I could do a list on. I could have went with a number of different songs, but Under the Bridge is one of my favorites. Number 23 is Come Pick Me Up by Ryan Adams. Ryan Adams is an iconic vocalist, songwriter, lyrics. He's definitely under the gun, or was under the gun several years ago, but I still like his music for what it is. I think he's incredible. I would love to see him perform live. But yeah, number 24, this list would not be complete without this band. This is definitely probably in my top 2 or 3 bands, but Mayonnaise by Smashing Pumpkins. I grew up listening to Smashing Pumpkins. Their double disc, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, came out when I was in high school. It is still a disc. There's still songs on there that I listen to today, when I'm feeling whatever. And Smashing Pumpkins is just iconic for me. It really is. I can't say enough good things about it. And then finally, number 25, I went with Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, another band that I really, really enjoy. They just have a little bit of everything, and they just kind of check all my boxes. But that is my top 25 songs list. The question is does my choices reflect my reading taste? You guys be the judge and let me know. Again, I will link below the videos of the folks that tagged me, and I will also link below a small list of people that I tag for this Reader's Favorite Songs tag. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later.